Okay, good morning here at Pocono Raceway. I'm Kerry Tharp with NASCAR, and we've got a great weekend planned here at the Tricky Triangle. Brandon, appreciate all the work that you and your staff have done. Place looks great, and I don't think there's any better way to start off this weekend than with the announcement and special recognition that we're getting ready to hear about. And anytime you involve the Heisman and the Heisman Trophy and the Downtown Athletic Club and folks that are associated with this organization, it means class, okay? It means class. And I think that everybody up here seated at this table right now recognizes that the driver that we have up here represents class as well, okay? And it's a real privilege for me personally to have these folks here today. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Jim Corcoran. He's with the Heisman Trophy Trustee, and he's got some special words and things to say. Jim?
Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, Jeff. 78 years ago, the Downtown Athletic Club created an award to recognize the most outstanding college football player in the United States. That award is the Heisman Memorial Trophy, over here to my left. Today, the Heisman Trophy is the most prestigious award in college football and stands as a national symbol of excellence. We're fortunate to have two members of the Heisman Trophy's elite fraternity of winners with here this morning. To my right, George Rogers, who won the Heisman Trophy in 1980, playing for the University of South Carolina.
Go Gamecocks.
There you go. And to my left, Tim Brown, the 1987 Heisman Memorial Trophy winner from the University of Notre Dame, and Tim will be celebrating his 25th anniversary this year. When the original home of the Heisman Memorial Trophy, the Downtown Athletic Club, ceased operations in 2001 after 9/11, several members of the Downtown Athletic Club, including myself, created the Heisman Trophy Trust to protect the trophy. The trust currently has two main directives: to ensure the integrity of the Heisman Memorial Trophy, and as a charitable mission to support amateur athletics and provide opportunities to the youth of our country, especially those disadvantaged or afflicted. To date, the Heisman Memorial Trust has made donations in excess of $4 million to over 200 charities, positively affecting countless children throughout the United States. In 2006, the Trust created the Heisman Humanitarian Award. The goal of the award is simple: to highlight and honor athletes who selflessly give back to the community and improve the lives of others. Past Heisman Humanitarian recipients include 2 Olympians, 3 former NFL stars, and an NHL All-Star. This year, the Heisman Memorial Trust is delighted to add one of the greatest drivers in NASCAR history as the 7th name on that list. The Heisman Trophy Trust is proud to announce that the 2012 Heisman Humanitarian Award will be awarded to Jeff Gordon at the Heisman Memorial Trophy dinner in New York City on December 10th. The Trust decision to honor Jeff was very easy. The Jeff Gordon's Children Foundation has raised more than $11 million for childhood cancer initiatives. The Jeff Gordon's Children's Hospital in North Carolina, and recently the foundation's involvement in establishing a comprehensive cancer care program in Rwanda, Africa. Jeff and his foundation's tireless efforts to fund pediatric medical research, programs that improve patients' quality of life, and treatment programs that increase survivorship will undoubtedly bring us closer to a cure. Like the Heisman Trophy itself, Jeff Gordon has created a legacy of excellence both on the field of competition and for the greater good of society. The Heisman Trophy Trust is proud to include Jeff as a member of the Heisman family and honor him with the 2012 Heisman Humanitarian Award. Congratulations, Jeff.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much, Jim, and thank you to the Heisman Trophy Trust. This humanitarian award is something I'm very proud of. I know we get to do the official reception in December, and certainly very much looking forward to that. Having these two former Heisman Trophy winners here is a real privilege. Not sure if we've ever had two Heisman Trophy winners here at Pocono in the media center and to join us. And of course, Tim and I, I mean, Notre Dame, Indiana College, man, we're good there.
We're good with that.
Where'd it go from there?
Well, yeah.
Why?
It's that Raider 49er thing that we got to talk about.
It's all good. It's all good. No, this is truly an honor. I feel so privileged to be a part of this sport, and I think a lot of you probably had the same question. Heisman, NASCAR, where's the tie? But when you look at the humanitarian award and who the recipients have been, it comes from all walks of life and sports, and so to be a part of this list is something that I never expected, and certainly something that I'm very honored by. And I think of NASCAR and what it's given to me, and it's given me so many opportunities, but it's given me a great platform and way to look at how this sport has been built. And when I came into the sport, I saw and continue to see such a giving community and environment from other drivers, team owners, fans, media, just everybody really wanting to help one another, wanting to give back when there's a real need. And that's what drove me, to want to start my own foundation, and still continues to drive me in even more ways than I ever expected. My own sponsor, being the first ever cause-driven sponsorship. And so it just continues. This award, only solidifies the efforts, and there have been a lot of efforts put out by so many people with my foundation that make our work what it is and take us to places we never thought that we would go, and help so many children and physicians and hospitals and even researchers to find those cures and better treatments long term. So I'm just honored, Jim. Thank you so much for being here, Tim, George. I mean, to have you guys here. This is a big day for me. Really look forward to December, and you always want your efforts to be recognized, and we put a lot of effort into the humanitarian work that we're doing. And today, this is a very, very proud moment for that recognition. So, and it doesn't get any better than being recognized by excellence, which is what the Heisman is all about. Thank you.
Absolutely. And Tim and George, I know both of you guys are extremely involved in humanitarian efforts, and thank you again for being here today. And we'll open it up for questions at this time. If you have questions for any of the distinguished guests up front, please raise your hand. We'll get you a wireless microphone, identify yourself, and we'll get started. We'll start right here with Claire.
Claire B. Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Jeff, whether that's the Olympics or the Heisman or NASCAR, it takes such total commitment to get to the place where you succeed or you get there. And then you look at winning as giving back. Defining winning as putting all into it, and then defining this as what winning really is. Is that crossroads sometimes very interesting to reach?
It is, because especially when you're dealing with with children in cancer, today we're in America, we're seeing a lot more success in what we could somewhat call winning, because the cure rates on a majority of cancers have gone very high, but at the same time, long-term effects are still in place for these kids and their life and the quality of life. So, and there's still just so much to be done. You still see so many kids suffering and dying, and it just doesn't need to happen. Then you go abroad, and you go overseas and you see what's happening there, and that's why it was such a win-win for me to be there, because I know what a difference we can be making, because there isn't near enough effort being made there, and kids are dying from things that are very curable. Winning, I mean, what is that really truly all about? I mean, I think that life is a journey, and racing has been a big part of my life and my journey, and I've been able to experience winning more than I ever thought. But I like to, go back to the opportunity that it really has given me, and I was thinking about this the other day, gosh, we work so hard out here to try to win and put so much effort into it. And yet, 10, 15 years from now, what is it all going to mean? Well, I mean, those trophies are nice, but they do tarnish. But when you save a child's life, and you have something as meaningful as this, those are things that stick with you for a lifetime.
Let's go over to a question. Let's get one to Nate, and then we'll take this gentleman right here. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Ryan. Nate Ryan, USA Today. For Jim, what brought you, did somebody nominate Jeff? What drew you to Jeff Gordon and his accomplishments? Like, how did that process work that you selected?
Well, we have a committee with the Heisman Trust that we go out and vet as many people as possible. As you know, I think Jeff's part of Athletes for Hope, and we've had 3 winners previously from Athletes for Hope, which is out there trying to help athletes learn how to, get involved and give back to the community. We go through a process to try to find who we find best represents the Heisman Humanitarian Award and what it stands for. All of you are very aware of what Jeff does on the outside of his day-to-day job, and he cares about that. And that's very important to the Heisman Trust. So there's a number of people that make the list, and only a few that make it to the short list, and we're very honored to have Jeff as our winner.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm Ken Carr with WILT TV. For Tim and George, have you worked with athletes from other sports before in your charitable endeavors? And how important is that to get maybe athletes from across the spectrum of sports for these good causes?
Well, it's always important to be able to. I've been doing my golf tournament out in California now for going on 19 years. And the more non-football players you have, the better people seem to react to the crowd that's there. So, like I said, Jeff and I got this 49er Raider thing going, but some kind of way, I think on the charitable side, we're going to be able to mesh and make something happen. But no, it's extremely important. And anytime you're teaming up with someone like, Jeff Gordon, I mean, that's just a tremendous thing for the Heisman. And, he's one of the frat brothers now. So, we got to teach him the secret handshake and all that, and he'll be okay.
The same as Tim. I've been doing my golf tournament for 21 years, and anytime you can get involved with somebody like Jeff, it's great for the kids, and that's what it's about. It's about the kids. Everybody's trying to help the kids, and Jeff, like I told Jeff, I said, hey, I ain't been your side since high school, so.
Junior high.
Junior high, yeah. Really.
It's good. I know I have something to look forward to because I've always wanted to grow a few more inches.
But it's always good. Jeff's a great guy, and what he stands for is certainly what the Heisman Trophy want. And he's a great guy. What can you say about him? He's a great guy.
Let's go right here with Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, of RacingToday.com. This is for Jeff Gordon. When did you get notification, and what was your initial reaction?
Just trying to organize this event right here has been quite an endeavor. I mean, my schedule and trying to make sure that the Heisman is recognized in a way that continues to bring honor to it, and then our off season as well is very challenging. So I was made aware of it a while back, but it was a challenge because I didn't want to be nominated for something and not be able to be there to participate in the event and accept something while I'm supposed to be with my family on vacation or testing or racing. And so that was the biggest challenge is hearing about it, being excited about it, and wanting to really honor it in the way that I feel like it should be honored. And so we've been really working through the schedule my schedule, most of all, making sure that I could be there in December. And then, you know, since then it's been about trying to coordinate this event to make the announcement. But, you know, we've been talking about it for several months now.
Let's go off to the left here. Marty?
Marty Smith, ESPN. This is for any of the three of you guys that have had such great competitive success. How does that success on the racetrack or the field transpire into almost an obligation to be philanthropic and to give back?
You know, for me, I sort of felt as if when I was at Notre Dame, even before I won the Heisman, that I had an obligation to give back. You know, what I had learned in my first couple of years at Notre Dame is, you know, that I was very fortunate, very blessed to have great role models around me. And even some of the guys at Notre Dame with me didn't have that. And, you know, they had made it to Notre Dame, but they didn't have the role models. So my whole thing was that I wanted to go back and you know, be a role model for younger kids. And so never thought I would have the platform that I ended up having. But I think it's paramount that, you know, if you have a name, you know, if you can lend it to some nonprofit or to some charitable event, it's just an amazing thing. I had an opportunity a couple of days ago to interview a couple of the Dallas Cowboys and some of the young superstars, and they just have no clue. You know, they have no clue about that part of life, and you're trying to tell them, you know, one day you're going to be a former Dallas Cowboy. and believe me, things change when you're a former, when they put former in front of your name. So, but I think it's hugely important. It's hugely important that we do all we could possibly do, especially when you're talking about, you know, helping kids. My company now, what I do is I help nonprofit organizations fundraise more efficiently. That's what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. I sleep very well at night because I know that I'm trying to do something good every day that I'm working. So, you know, again, I think it's paramount that athletes get involved and do anything they could possibly do. George has an incredible event going on down in South Carolina. It's like the party of all parties down there, you know. But that weekend is dedicated to George Rogers and what he's doing for the kids down in South Carolina.
And like Tim, you know, I don't want to be very long, but you know, it does give us an opportunity when we get through playing football at the other level to go back and help the kids in the community, because if they ain't got that education, they've lost. And it's up to me and people like him and Jeff to help some people, because everybody didn't have it like we had it. I was fortunate to be able to go to University of South Carolina and play football and be able to get a scholarship, and some people are not fortunate like that. So you got to help the ones that can't do it, can't go in that kind of area like that, and help them get away to make sure that their family can get scholarships and do the right thing. So it works out in the end if you plan it right.
The only thing I'm going to add to is I struggle with this on a day-to-day basis because, you know, I mean, I'm in Michigan testing on Monday. You know, we're here on Thursday night. You know, I've got 2 children, a wife, and you know, a trip to Rwanda over our off weekend is not an easy thing to pull off. But yet, you know, right now is when I'm most recognizable and can do the most good from a you know, face, name, recognition, those types of things, which help draw in attention to it, whether it be media, whether it be funding for this cause. And I've got Trish Krieger, who runs my foundation, who's always giving me ideas on things. I'm Trish, my arms are tied behind my back. I can't do it. I can't be there that day. I can't do this. I can't do that. And I want to do it all. You want to do it all, and you struggle with that. But going back to what Tim said, you know, I do the best that I can, and I sleep good at night knowing that I'm doing the best that I can and trying to balance it all out from, you know, my focus on racing and doing my job here the best that I can, being a good dad, but also giving back as much as I can, especially to you know, my foundation, you know, which is Pediatric Cancer Research. But I look forward to that day when I have more time, you know, because I really feel like I'll be able to dedicate myself in a whole new way to put a lot of my time into it. I might not be as recognized or bring as much to the table then, but I think I'll be able to give a lot more of my time towards it, and I look forward to that.
Got time maybe for one more question before we do a photo op with these guys. Claire, you got
Hold
another
on. Did Jeff Gordon just say he won't be recognized? Did he just say that? For real? You haven't wore, you do wear a helmet, but you get to take your helmet off.
Here you go, Claire.
Clary Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. A light question. Now that after they teach you the secret handshake, can you ask them, George and Tim, to help you with your fantasy football picks?
Oh, gosh. I need plenty of help, that's for sure. I bet they could help me a lot. Yeah, I'm going to get in their ear about that.
Okay, thank you so much to folks from the Heisman Trust, Jim, Tim Brown, George Rogers, for being here today. Jeff Gordon, congratulations, an honor well deserved. I think we're going to get some photos here, and then Jeff's going to stick around for a few minutes and talk a little bit about racing. Thank you very much.